Hello everyone, Trigan here, and welcome back to Sid Meier's Railroads. So, I apologize for the last game. I don't know what happened with the microphone. I went back and tried to voice over the last episode, and it just didn't work. It looked like we'd already completed all the win requirements. We were just, playing out the game to see how well we scored. And we got General of the Armies, if you're curious. But because I really couldn't tell what was going on, I really couldn't narrate over it. maybe if I had done or noticed the problem earlier instead of not noticing until a week later or whatever, I could have done the voiceover and known what was going on. But in this particular case, I just couldn't. So we're just gonna play a different one. Now I have played with the, so to speak, played with the settings a little bit on this one. So hopefully we won't have the same sort of problem we did last time. I also try to be a little bit more cautious about making sure if there is an issue I catch it early. So we are going to play single player again. And we're going to use pretty much the same settings. Oh, I'm already on the right map. Except I want to do the Northeast United States. Now this time we're going to start a little earlier, 1830. We started in 1850 in the last game. We're going to run 1830 to 1970. So 30 years earlier and 30 years later. So all in all, this is a longer one by 40 years, running 140 years altogether. Our initial goals. So we got our goals here. By 1880, we need to have Washington, D.C., which is right here on the map, Philadelphia right here, and New York City connected. They need to have terminals, and we need to have delivered 50 carloads of passengers from New York to Washington. Now, this can be pretty tough if you haven't played this game before, but I've got it down pat pretty much, so we should be in good shape there. By 1930, we need to have amassed a net worth of 20 million. Shouldn't be a problem. And we need to own 50% stake in another railroad, which we can't do in single player. So we won't actually. I don't actually in single player. That may not actually even appear. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. And then finally, by 1970. We need to own a steel mill in New York, and we need to have shipped 100 carloads of steel from New York out to an automobile plant. It's the only place we can ship it to, really. I usually, once I have the train running between New York and Washington, I like to get started on the steel mill as early as possible to get that done. So settings, we're not going to change the starting or ending here, of course. Setting, we're going to stay on the max difficulty level, Robber Baron, which means we'll start with only $200,000, which is not enough to start a railroad, and a 30% stake in our own company, which means we're going to have to sell off all 30% in order to get enough money to get started here. Routing is going to remain easy. That's for the same reason that we did last time, because the AI of the train engineers is stupid. And we're not going to have any AI players. These settings over here, if you can't see them and are curious, this is randomized landscape, which would keep the same game, but randomize where everything is, or randomize what the landscape looks like. And randomized city locations would randomize, well, the city locations. So, all right, let's get started. So hey, don't forget, please support the channel if you don't mind, if you like this video, by tickling that thumbs up button for me. And if you haven't already, please subscribe as well. Now I'm guessing this is probably going to take us 4 episodes to do this one game. Oh, no, I don't want you doing that. So I always start off by pausing, and by switching my speed. That's P for pause and G to change the game speed. And I change it down to slow, and that way we can get a look around. And then I unpause, but leave the game at slow until I get the first train running. So let's see, unless I'm doing an auction. So we're starting up in Harrisburg again. I started up in Harrisburg in a recent game, so we got a good setup here. We got a steel mill right here, and we've got coal. Why steel mills need coal and not iron, I have no clue. Oh, there's 2 coal mines here. So this one is large, that one is small. Cool. Okay, another steel mill up there. We need to see what's in the area. Why is this... Well, that's interesting. Do I have... Okay, I can use the arrow keys. Because I'm running in windowed mode, this thing is not letting me mouse to the bottom of the screen in order to move south. But I can use the arrows. I haven't done that in a long time. Let's see, what do we got here? He has a power plant. We don't care about that. Actually, let's do this. We'll select the steel mill, and that'll tell us where the nearest is. Right here. You can see over on your mini-map little exclamation points. So, cars here. That seems like a pretty decent start, because that can also accept passengers. So I think we should run a passenger line down there first. This is going to be difficult with this not working right for the edge of screen. Okay. Oops. Let's sell off some stock first. That'll double our starting money. And let's unpause the game. There we go. Okay, let's see. How do I want to do this here? Do I want to come across this way? I think I want to turn it south. So I'm going to do this. Come here. And then we will turn south. That looks good. Oh, and we're going to need more money in order to build our station. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and get a train started going there. So you can see we're starting off way at the bottom. We've got the Grasshopper. Max speed 30 miles an hour, carrying nothing. Can carry passengers and mail. Can carry 1 passenger or 1 mail car and still maintain its top speed. Drops off really rapidly with the second car. So that's about as much as we're going to be able to do. So we're going to start here in Harrisburg. We're going to have 1 passenger, 1 mail, and we'll run it down there. Hopefully that'll keep speed running pretty good. And we'll go ahead and knock the speed up to normal. Hopefully that'll keep the speed of the train pretty good. And still make us money. See, I could run both of these on 1 track for now. That's probably a good idea. It'll save us money. And let us get started on this. Let's go ahead and sell off the last of our stock. We will purchase the steel mill first. Actually, you know what we'll do is we'll put in a second station here, but we won't run the track all the way. And we'll use the larger of the 2. We'll build up the other one later on. The more you build, the more you pull from, the more they'll... And I don't have enough money to build that yet. Okay. So we'll have to count on this guy here generating us some income so we can put that station in. Remember, you can buy trains on credit, but you cannot buy anything else on credit. So I hope everyone's doing good. I'm doing pretty good today. Looking forward to playing this for a while. This is one of my go-to games when I'm just sort of tired and don't have the energy to do a lot of stuff. But, you know, want some sort of distraction going on. That right there. Okay, now we can get a train going. And he's certainly not going to pull much. Now this is not going to make us a lot of money. I need to repaint these trains because I hate the default color that they come in. We're going to make that one coal color. I really am going to have to do something about this arrow problem here. And didn't notice that I wouldn't be able to scroll down. Okay, so we will there and knock the brightness down on it. There we go, that looks better. Boy, it seems like it costs us a lot of money to run this little section. Normally, I swear I normally get more done with the starting money we have than we got this time. This could be a tough one. Usually you start off somewhere on the route, usually like Baltimore or Trenton or someplace like that, so you're already on the route that you need to take between Washington and New York. But this time, no, we did not start out that way. And now we got the Norris available. We'll go ahead and put the Norris in here, because that will greatly increase the amount of money we can make on this route. So it will pay for itself very quickly. There we go. So we're tripling our passenger carry and doubling our mail carry. Now in these early little trains like this, I don't like to, you know, some people say, oh, just max out the cars. Well, I don't like doing that because they'll run really, really slow. And I do want to keep a certain amount of speed going up. See if we made any profits. Making a little bit of profit, not a lot. It's over 100,000. Man, I hate not being able to move the stuff. Okay, so if we run straight down here, we're gonna run into that. I didn't think I was going to be the best to do this. Normally I would not include Washington in that. So let's not include Washington in that. Let's do it this way. Let's just run over to Baltimore on this line. And we'll come back to Washington. There. Once I get a little bit more money in, I'll buy a station there, and then we can add that to our rail route, which will probably make us more money. Yeah, because Frederick just does not have enough passengers going to support that route. So we're really only making decent money one way on this right now. Okay, cool. That's been added. I'll go ahead and speed this up. Oh, I'll try to speed it up if I hit the right button anyways. That'll get things going a little bit better. I'm used to running it at normal speed most of the time. But sort of forgot that I got people watching who don't want to sit here and watch me go super slow. Go. Excellent. So let's see here. How do I want to do this next section? Let's see better. I think I'm gonna... Stupid mouse movement. So I think we're just going to run off the same track for now. I'll probably change that later. Come on, bring us some money. I want to build a section of track. And then we'll bring it straight down here. So then we'll run a train from Washington to Aberdeen. What does Aberdeen want? They want wood. Do I have any wood around here I could get to them? Oh, down here. Might be able to do that. Not right now. I want to get this passenger service going. How's that? Now, or straight. There we go. Alright, we got a new locomotive coming in too. We've caught up technologically with our last game. Okay, we'll go ahead and get this one started. And we'll go ahead and run that one full. Probably not enough traffic there to support that, but what are you going to do? Okay. I'll probably go ahead and do the same thing here. Will make us some decent money. Yeah, I know I don't have to do that, but I like my cars nice and neat. It's that OCD in me. It's gotta do what it's gotta do. Oops. I forgot I had it on high speed. Okay. Well, maybe you'll set a speed record. That'd be nice. It's actually interesting we haven't set any speed records yet. You'd expect that we would. Okay, we're gonna run Aberdeen out of passengers real quick. Okay. Somebody set a speed record. Who was it? Who set the speed record? Was it you? Did you do it? Yep. Harrisburg Comet. And let's move this on to Wilmington here. And decide how best to set this up. This one now can go to Wilmington, and that will help with our income. So we're getting there, slowly, but we're getting there. Oh, that's weird. I hadn't noticed. Somehow I had done that. Alright, he set a speed record too. That's good. We're definitely getting some money coming in now, so we can go ahead and run some more of this. Let's get Philadelphia on here. Can we get this train headed to Philly too? Might as well keep making money while we can. Now the express from New York to Washington actually does make good money. I think that's gonna help us out some. A little bit more mail going through. Right there so we can Put a station at Trenton. Not absolutely necessary to put one at Trenton, but I'm gonna clip off that little bit. See, it's not too bad. Once you get some money coming in, you can get the route to Washington set up pretty quickly. But you do have to get that money flowing in. Like I said in the last game, you know, it really sucks when you start out someplace where there's no passenger service. Because that's really where your money is getting that passenger service going. Let's go ahead and upgrade this to a station. And then we're going to spend our money here. So I found the best here is 3 cars, because that lets the train keep its max speed. Wait until full here at New York. And you set it for high priority so everybody else stops for it. And I make 3 like that. Normally I would take the Washington one. Maybe the Washington one this time I won't do it that way. Normally I wouldn't have any other trains running on the track, but maybe this time I will. It'll keep us some money coming in. I got those guys a little close together. Okay, now we'll do the 3rd one. Now, if you do this, you will easily complete this. There's 3 trains. Upgrade them, you know, when you get a chance, but 3 trains. And I'm going to knock speed down to normal. 3 trains running from New York to Washington. Get your terminals upgraded as quick as you can. But those 3 trains with 3 cars each, and you will get your passengers delivered from New York to Washington on time with no trouble whatsoever. There's our first delivery. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So we connected the 3. We got 3 delivered. Now, I'm not sure. I have read where the terminal, you know, having the larger stations helps increase your passenger traffic. I don't know if that's true or not, but I like to get New York upgraded to terminal first before worrying about upgrading the others. And obviously Philly last, because you don't have to have trains stopping there for wind conditions. That one, and now Philly we can do last. Let's get Trenton on this other train's route too. Come on, get you there. There we go. There. What was I saying? I mean, you need the terminal at Philly for the one wind condition, but you don't have to do it right away. New York first, Washington second, Philly last. So we got 6 carloads of passengers delivered, and we just need to get Philadelphia upgraded. Then we can just let those 3 trains run while we keep building up the business. Oh, now we definitely have the money now. There we go. So terminals are done. Now what I want to do, I wish we'd get the mogul. There we go. That's what I wanted. So now that we have the mogul, let's go ahead and run this track all the way down here. Oh, that's right. I can't mouse it down. I'll have to play with that and see if I can figure out how to fix it. Okay, and now let's purchase the automobile factory and upgrade that to a station if we can. And no, we don't have any more money, so sorry about that just yet. Let's go ahead and take care of this next. Upgrade this. And then we're going to have him load up fully on there. And here, he will actually pick up steel. We should have some waiting to go. And he'll deliver it down here. To our automobile factory, which we just purchased. Excellent. I'm going to connect this down here to this once we have the money for it, so that we can deliver. Because the cars have to be delivered to a metropolis. You got the money for it. Cars have to be delivered to a metropolis, so we will deliver them to Washington, and that will really rake in some cash for us. All right, now I'm going to come up here and have a look at this. What do we got here now? Furniture plant. That's it. Do we have any? Here, let's do this little trick. Come over here. We'll pick our foundry, steel mill. That's what it's called. That'll locate where these are. Okay, so we got coal right there. There's no place around here that to convert that, though. Reading has an automobile factory. Pennsylvania has an automobile factory. Well, that's pretty useless. Or Philadelphia, not Pennsylvania. I can't talk. Talking requires words. I ain't got words. Oh, he's got a steel mill too. I think we're going to end up building an automobile factory around here somewhere. Maybe we can run them clear to Reading. We might be able to do that. We have, what if, it would be a bit of a long run, but what if we've got this second coal mine here. What if we ran it all the way? That could actually work, because this is a metropolis, so we run coal all the way to New York, process it into steel, run it back to Reading, process it into cars, deliver the cars to Harrisburg, and then head back to our coal mine. I think that'll work. I think that will work indeed. Okay, how are we doing? We got 2 cars manufactured. We'll go ahead and start this guy delivering cars too. Excellent. Okay, well, I think that's it for this episode. We are doing pretty good. We got 18 of our 50 carloads of passengers delivered. We got New York, Philadelphia, and Washington connected. We got terminals in all 3 cities. And now we are working on building up our empire, just letting those passenger deliveries handle themselves. I think we will actually work on that route to New York with the coal next. Even though that'll be a long one, but it'll be a fruitful one, I think. So cool. If you like the video, please tickle that thumbs up button for me. And please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And we will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.